Well, my name is Mona Almuallem, and I'm with Mary Kay out in Dallas, Texas. And I actually manage international benefits for over 27 subsidiaries. And the reason for my visit here was actually to speak, as well as to learn a little bit more about the medical tourism and how it impacts employers or things that I may want to consider. Also was looking at just leveraging different networking opportunities to kind of figure out, well, what are other countries doing, other companies perhaps doing. So when I was here, I was actually speaking about local national benefits and how the challenges that impact employers in general, and some of the things that we're doing to help deal with those challenges, as well as deal with the cost, managing cost, and other creative things that we're doing to just stay above trend. And obviously medical tourism is one of those things that we need to watch out for. The fact that employees or individuals will have choice, I think that's the one thing I like to hear more about, whether or not from an employer perspective, employees are ready to be able to figure out, you know, what would be best for them without leveraging what they're currently used to, which is the U.S. Medical environment. I'm not sure. But I was also really interested in hearing that there was more thought going through the continuity, you know, after the actual surgeries or what have you, what happens, the follow through, the systems that are currently in place to help with the data sharing and the data mining, and, you know, the fact that they're looking at safe harbor, HIPAA rules, things like that. So I think from a supply and demand, it's interesting to see that that's growing, but would definitely like to hear and see more about, you know, the employer side of things, if that makes sense. The conference was great, to be honest. I think there's just a lot of interesting topics. Obviously, there's a lot of information to be shared, and I think the one challenge was just getting to the next session, or the session's not ending on time, which is typical, and I totally get that. But I think that was one of the biggest thing for me. Was just, it was really informative. Actually, a number of things stood out. Again, the continual care after the actual procedures and such go into play. The fact that there are vendors out there that actually help coordinate trips for individuals from point A to point Z, I was really impressed with that. The exhibit hall was great. It was really informative, and individuals were really receptive, and took the time to talk to you about their plan and kind of brainstorm a little bit. I would have loved to see, again, more employers out here, but there were a number of different takeaways as well, like in terms of, well, maybe I know what I want to do in my next life. So it gave you a lot of things to think about. So in terms of helping you become more well-rounded, I think this is definitely very helpful. I'm definitely here to network, and I've had a chance to network, whether it be myself approaching others or others approaching me. I think having the big tags are definitely helpful because people can really see where you're from. So if it's not the last name catching your eye, their eye, because they can't pronunciate it, it's the whole Mary Kay thing. So it's been a really comfortable environment, to be honest. It's not very formal. I mean, I know there's a lot of doctors and things like that here, but it's a nice mix.